late start. We are going to be going on breaks soon. I haven't registered to anything yet. It's a bit late in the day for me today. Yeah, just gonna get registered to a couple things, so do bear with me. Looking like PokerStars is down at the moment. Well, not down, but something's going on with it. So we're gonna try and just get some volume in other areas. As I say, you all know that I play for standard backing. A requirement for standard backing is that I play 300 tournaments a month. So we're actually going to jump into this little number here as well, the $2.50 PKO on Poker King, ACR, whatever you want to call it. Again, no idea why I have to use Poker King and other British people can use ACR. Literally no idea why that's the case, but it is. So yeah, just getting registered to all of these, and yeah, we'll be going on break in a second. I haven't even had a coffee yet. That's how late I am, team. I just could not to get myself to sleep last night for ages. So we will get going. But yeah, like literally just have not done anything. My dog was looking really sad. My partner's out, and I was just like, God, you haven't been taken out yet, have you? So we had to take her out, and now she's in my bit, scuttling about. I'm just gonna go and sort her out and be back in a second. Cool. First hit of the coffee in the morning. Lovely. It's not even morning, it's 1 PM, man. Oh God, in a way I can't wait for my schedule to get back to normal now that all the series is done. Can't wait to get back to a bit more of a normal schedule. I'll be right back, everyone. Hey, what's up, Wendy? Sorry about that, mate. I didn't see the message or anything. Do let me off. I am still just trying to caffeinate my brain. How you doing, Wendy? So yeah, PokerStars is not up and running today for a bit, but we are doing our last weekday long-ish grind today. There's no need for it, but my body clock is so messed up that to be honest, I just think we should play if I'm gonna be up, you know. My partner's out, so she's yeah, there's no like, yeah, we'll just be playing. That's what I like to do. So yeah, I am struggling to understand the Twitch system here, because yesterday we got up to our 50 follower goal, but Twitch is saying I still have only got 43 followers, which I just do not understand, because that is just not true compared to what I can see. So yeah, I'm really not sure as to what's going on there. I was hoping that I was going to be able to apply for the affiliate thing, but it just looks like it isn't. Thanks for the luck, Wendis, mate. Thank you very much. You been gambling again today, Wendis? Let's come along with this one. Yeah, so yeah, and everyone anyway. So yeah, I'm literally no idea what's going on with the Twitch thing. If anyone knows, do let me know why it says I've got 50 followers, and then on the achievements page apparently. So I've gone on the achievement page and it still says 43 out of 50. So who bloody well knows, eh? Quick reminder, everyone, if you are tuning in over on YouTube, it would help me out a lot for promotion of the algorithm if you drop a like on the stream. Good morning, afternoon. Have a nice one today. Follow you all along during my work day. That's lovely to hear, Carol. I did good yesterday on a PKO at 550. Finished 5th on 280 entries. That's sick. That is absolutely sick, mate. Pays the beer for the weekend. Alright, yeah, so let me know. So I'm always interested, because like I always think like typical American beers, like the typical American ones. I know you're Canadian, but typical American ones are like, I don't know. When I think of like American beers, I think of like Miller Lite, which I've never had before, by the way. Never had that, but or like Bud Light, or all those like light ones. What is your beer of choice? Because I used to be a pretty big drinker, to be honest. I mean, I've been a bartender for pretty much the majority of my professional career of a jobs bartending. And I did used to partake quite a bit too much, I think, in drinking, to be honest. So I'm pretty good now. I don't really drink all that often. This is an incredible spot, to be honest. But I do drink one, like, occasionally. I hope this ace doesn't slow them down or anything. I mean, I hope they've just got a flush. It's a pretty big old pot, though, isn't it? I mean, I don't really know how we don't go for it all, to be honest. Wasn't able to grind steak today. Been driving for my mum the whole days to go to her friends. What do you mean? Wendish, you come out with some stuff, you know. What do you mean you've been driving all day to see a friend? I think the concept, that's one thing that's really different I've noticed. The concept of long and short drives to English people is way different to other countries. Like, Carol, you'll probably have the same thing. I'm assuming in Canada, because Canada's massive. So like a short drive to you. If I said, "Oh, you're going on a short drive to A to B," what is that like time frame wise? What is that? It's always interesting because I know Americans say like way different to what we say. Do I actually want to call this? I don't know. Let's say no this time. Sadly, you think you're a D-Gen now. Oh, Wendis. Did you look up that channel? Did you look up Kamikaze Cash telling you the way to profit from steak? Exploiting their free giveaway stuff. You gotta flip it around. So we made the flat. We are going to check. I think we just check call this. We could definitely check raise though. I think our hand has got a lot of equity, but it's multi-way, so the flush element of it does decrease in value a bit. I think this is pretty nice to be multi-way with anyway. A double gutter. Is it a double gutter? No, it's an open ender. It just looks like a double gutter. This looks like one. So yeah, I've got 2 questions for you, Carol. I've got 1 question for you, Wendy. Actually, no, I've got 2 questions for you as well. So get back to me. What's the beer of choice? What's the well, this is pretty good. I think we just rip it in, to be honest. I'm pretty happy ripping it in, especially if they're going to come after it as well. Let's rumble. And that is a big boy pot. That is some good stuff. Was that just Jack 10 offsuit? It's quite the thing. Ban and mute. And then straight into Ace King to pick up this other bounty, eh? Ooh, 10-8. That is a good flop for 10-8. How do we beat this? Not like that, everyone. I do not touch the commercial beers, but coming from Quebec, we got much microbrews with great selections. That is good to hear. That is very good to hear. Do you have like a cool. Starting off with a classic ace king into aces. Lovely stuff. Now this is quite the flop. I feel like the jack advantage is still to them though, really. The advantage of jacks. We're gonna just lead this now. I think we can actually lead it kind of big. With all of our equita. And they don't want to mess with us. So yeah, I am having that funny old issue again with Poker King, unfortunately. So I am gonna keep trying to show you what's going on, but you know how it is. But yeah, Carol, do you happen to have like a specific type of beer? Like, I really dart between like things that I'm really into. I think right at the moment I'm just into, like, if I am going to have a beer, I normally just have the one. It's normally like a strong IPA sort of thing. I mean, to be honest, I know they're overdone and everything, but I just don't think you can really go wrong with a New England IPA. They are just very tasty. I do like showing New England IPAs to other people that say they don't like beer, because a lot of the time you give them a sip of one of those and they're like, oh, I didn't know beer could be like this. I did like sours as well, like when, because they're becoming like a thing now, aren't they, in craft brewery? It's like sours. There's a Scottish brewery that do a lot of nice sours. What are they called? I forgot what they're called. The company. But yeah, do you have like a specific one you look out for or anything, Carol? Like, do you like stouts? I can't say I've ever heard a Canadian. Like, I've met a few Canadians in my life. I've never heard any of them talking about stouts or anything like that. Porters. I don't know whether I guess we barrel again and then give up. She asked me to drive to her friend's house. Basically, I was the driver of the day. Like 2 hours. 2 hours there and back. That is outrageous. You're doing a martingale strategy. You are funny, you Wendis. You are a funny character, you know. The martingale strategy, like, that's the one where you like double or nothing your thing, doesn't it? I mean, the casinos, they stop you from being able to do that, especially on like roulette. They give you a maximum bet size, so they stop you from being able to do that if it really goes to shit. Yeah, lots of scammers over on Kick. An insane amount of scammers over on Kick, mate. It's unreal. All the same bots that do the same thing. And yeah, me and my moderator, we just don't have any idea what the goal is for them, if you know what I mean. Like, they want you to add you on Discord, but then we're not really sure what they do from there, because you can't really gain anything from having my Discord. When I first started streaming over on Kick, everyone was trying to sell me logos and shit. I did add one of them on Kick, just to see, because I do like what's the word? I do like sort of getting involved with scammers just to see what's going on. Like I almost got scammed a few months ago. So we get cold here. I guess we have to lead. I guess we do have to bet this. I just think we have to fold. They can have 8s, they can have 9s, they can have ace king. Like, you just never know with some people's cold calls. Again, like as I say, a lot of stuff that I've studied don't really have many cold calls, like really at all, in a lot of the spots that I've studied. So I'm not really ever sure completely what people do it with. But people do it with all sorts. But yeah, I did almost succumb to a scam. Because I just couldn't work out. I couldn't work it out, like what the scam was as I was doing it. So I messaged my mod Jack, cause he's a technical whiz, old go slow, and I was like, can you just explain to me what is this? Because it just seems too good to be true. It was basically like they give you a job opportunity to give you this like weird portal to log into, which you don't put any like passwords or anything into or anything. So at that point I was just like, well, that's fine, I can still do this anyway. And then you have to just go and you go and put fake reviews on things. So I was doing that. I was doing these like fake review things just to go along with it, you know, just to see. And then what they do is you get a balance that you get to withdraw. Like initially, it's not much. It's like a tenner or something, like £10 or whatever, or £20 or something like that. And then you carry on doing the work, and it gets to a point where you kind of have to like deposit some to get yours out again for some reason. That's where it starts getting a bit weird. But I did do that initially to then withdraw a bit more, and then I just stopped doing it. So I actually managed to profit from a scam, only like a tenner or 20 quid or something. And then what I was doing, I was trying to forge the things that they used to, like the transactions, to see if I could unlock all the extra monies that they would send, but they weren't having it at all. They were like, "You're lying to us," and I'd gone on my editing software and like edited all the stuff to make it look like a legitimate transaction. They were like, "This isn't gone through. Like, you are lying. You are lying." And I'm like, "No, I'm not lying." But then we hit a brick wall, and then I couldn't really do anything else from there. Stake don't have like a maximum bet limit. God, they really are like the Wild West, aren't they? Just get away with anything. Well, I mean, the martingale strategy is technically, yeah, fine. It is fine. If you've got unlimited bankroll, eventually it will even out. Eventually it will. I can't I can't fault it. And if they don't have limits on what you can bet, then I wish you the best of luck with it. Because, you know, like as I say, there's not really much of a flaw in the system if you can just keep placing the biggest bets. So this was squeezed, so I'm a bit apprehensive of raising, even though I feel like raising probably is going to be better. But yeah, we can just keep check calling, especially now. If they jam, it's going to be pretty grim. I don't know if we get to call if they jam, but they don't jam, which is pretty nice. Does that mean we jam now, or do I just call? I mean, we got to be in like kind of rough shape against any sort of overpairs or anything, aren't we, to be honest? Check. Just check back your ace king, mate. Check it back. Ugh. Ten big blind squeeze and then fold to a jam. It's quite goosey, loosey goosey. Let's just check back deuces this time. No action for the Kongs. Never know whether I'm happy or sad about it, to be honest. The way Kongs treat you. They do not treat you very well. But then sometimes they treat you very, very well, the Kongs. So yeah, we're just getting volume in on other stuff that's not PokerStars for a bit, because I would hazard a guess if they've got a bit of maintenance going on. They're gonna have to be up and running like later on, because it'll be the final day of the main events, won't it, for people? It's 4-day events: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, would it finished on Wednesday? Have they already crowned a champion? Does anyone know? I'm gonna fold that. Stakes blackjack bid of him is $1 and max is $10,000. $10,000 a hand. I was kind of hoping that this wasn't the card, really. So I was tempted to check raise, to check jam it in. But I mean, we're going bust regardless. We do have a nice flush blocker. If I jam, do I get called by worse? Probably not, to be honest. I think I'm just in check call mode now. Everyone's just got the same hand. That's absolutely wacky. That is wacky, wacky. That's pretty nuts to think people are people actually betting 10k a hand. That is something. Wendis, if you ever get to the point of betting 10k a hand, can you just send 10k over to me? I'll be able to spin it up and send you 10k back in about 2 months, doing all my match betting. With my match betting and stuff, if you do want me to do that for you, I can spin it up, but I'll have to recoup some from it as well for my time and effort. If you want to give me $1,000, and then I'll spin it up in a month, and we'll both profit. I'll happily do that, because I'm going to be doing it with my own cash anyway, so... If I have more money in the bankroll, I can do more offers and more bets and stuff. Now that I'm coming off my poker series month, we'll be smashing all that stuff again, so... So yeah, according to the standard backing group, PokerStar's gonna have probably about three more hours or so. It's so true, isn't it, Carol? Like, it's just, you know, like, I'm feeling better. Like, I definitely have been running better in all-ins the past few days, so I'm not wincing when I get dealt king, we get it all in. I am feeling much better about the situation when that is the case. So I'm actually experimenting it when I was playing some 55s over the past month. People were to two min raises. People are, when they're covered, 3-betting like to 9 and stuff, especially when covered. Oh, that looks like a good flop for me. We should be able to get this in on turn or river, so I don't think I have to bet all that big. We just gotta hope they don't have ace jack or jacks. Wow, okay, we're getting through. I mean, we're just gonna get it in, like, they've got jacks. Good stuff. Not really much we can do, to be honest. I mean, I could call. I'm still going to get it in. Like, it is what it is, isn't it, really? It just is what it is. Get top pair, top kicker. SPR's pretty low. What can you really do, everyone? Well, Wendy's, what I'll do, if you actually are slightly serious about it, like I'll show you. I'll do a month. I'll do a month. I'll show you what things I'm doing, and then I'll show you my spreadsheet of profits and stuff, and then if you actually are interested, we can go from there and do that. There's more chance of getting bit by a shark than being able to afford a 10k hand. But yeah, there's the website that I use for all the match betting and positive EV casino offers and stuff. The other day they released like a new thing, a new bit of software that they've come up with, which, you know, like, you can do this anyway, but they've come up with one just to make it really streamlined. And what it was is they basically can tell you when, like, a football player has fallen ill the night before a match, before the bookmakers know. So you can put on like advantage bets. So you don't have to use any offers or anything. You can just place bets that are going to be odds in your favour. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the bankroll to be able to even consider firstly upgrading to that software and having the bankroll to make any use of it. But they're saying like their testers have used it for like, I think it was like 4 months or something, and be making 50k on average from it, which is absolutely nuts. 50k, and that's for people starting from 2k bankroll, and they've just been making 50k profits, just placing all these advantage bets. As I say, you can place advantage bets anyway. It just is a bit more awkward because you have to look out for them and stuff. And this software basically just like laid it out for you. It also sent you notifications on your phone when something happens, and then you would just instantly go and place the bet. That's where the value was. That's where the value of this software. That's why it was a bit pricey. But unfortunately, I just did not have the bankroll, the funds, or anything to take advantage of that. I mean, I would have very much liked to have taken advantage of something that's going to make me 50k on average. So we bet third on this. There was another person in the mix as well. We're just going to try and size up so we can get it in on the river, if the river is safe. It's not the safest, but we are still going to jam this in. And he can have Jack 10 pretty easily. King Jack works though. I feel like that's a pretty good bluff catcher, you know, from them having a Jack blocker. But yeah, like, just to put in perspective though, like I used to do all the casino offers and things, and in about a year I think I made like 5k from doing just the casino offers. And then I sort of just stopped for some reason. For me, I annoyingly put all my eggs in one basket and started like really focusing on poker. But then, because I last year I had a couple like decent binks in poker, And I was like, oh, you know, this is seeming to be a bit more consistent than I thought. And then I just went on a stretch of not caching or anything, which wasn't very good. I think we're still just going to have to keep barreling here. I think we just barrel small. And then, yeah, sort of like restarted doing it again. Well, we're happy to 3-bet get this in if they want to go for it. Want to go for it, mate? I mean, all the bad things have just happened here. Flush has come in, there's an ace on the board, they have 7-6, that's fine. Yeah, that's the one I told you about, Wendish, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely very UK based, unfortunately. But you know, like, because the website that I use, it's called outplayed.com, and it has matched betting, which is when you sort of exploit offers that casinos give to you. Sports books, I mean, like offers that they give to you. So like if they, like, for example, Ladbrokes over here, they'll be like, get a £10 free bet if you bet £10. So what you do is you go on, you find whatever the minimum odds you can place it, because some of them say you have to have minimum odds of like 2. I do everything in decimals, so it's like minimum odds of 2 or whatever, which I think is 2 to 1, or maybe like I don't know. I don't know what it is in fractions. So you then go onto like a list of things that tell you what to place the bet on. So then, say like England were playing a football match against the Philippines, just to make it very topical for us both. I'd place a £10 bet on England to win, for example, at odds of like 2.1, and then I'd have the odd, and then I'd place a bet on an exchange. I don't know if you have exchanges, like, so exchange is like people betting sort of like against each other. It's like a bit like a stock market of bets, and then I would bet against England winning for whatever price on the exchange. So I'd place £10 on England to win on Ladbrokes, and then I'd place £10. Well, I'd place whatever amount I need to place, which is usually roughly the same sort of amount, on England to not win, which includes drawing and losing. And then that game plays out. I end up losing like 20p or something from that offer. But then you get sent the £10 free bet. And then you just basically do the same thing. And then you end up making like £8 from the entire thing. Which, it doesn't sound like loads, but it's basically just free cash. Like, just free cash. And it's incredible. It's I think the other name for it is called arbitrage betting or something like that. So yeah, I mean, that is good. That's one of the really good things. And then another section of the website is positive EV casino offers. So like the things that I do for that are like a casino will have wager £10 on Big Bass Bonanza, get 20 free spins. So you wager £10 on it, you then get the 20, and then you either, with the casino ones though, you do expect to sort of like lose quite a lot. That's the only thing, like, but you wager the £10 on the slot. I don't know if we're going to check raise against this stack size, because they have just got the ability just to rip it in. I don't really want them to rip it in on me, so we'll call. Now we've got a... What have we got here? Open-ender now? Just have to rip it in over the top of the swamp. Yeah, so with the casino ones, like, wager X amount, get free spins, and then they've already worked out the EV of the offers. Like some of the offers that I do, the EV is like 40p or something, 20p, but the value of them comes when you actually like bink a bonus round and a decent win. You can also like you should do like smaller bet sizes to get through your wagering and stuff, just because it keeps the variance lower. You don't have to. If you don't mind higher variance, then you can just do like £1 spins and that. But to get a really steady graph that goes up alongside your EV, doing smaller spins works. It does take a little bit more time though, because like a few years ago when I did it, the casinos in England were allowed to have auto spins on, so that was fantastic when that was the case, because you could just load up like 4 slot machines, 4 offers at the same time, put the exact amount of spins you want them to do at whatever thing, and just play it out. But they got rid of that for like just, I think, just to stop like problem gamblers and stuff, unfortunately. So now we have to, I mean, you can get an auto clicker if you want to, but you kind of have to like sit and click yourself now, which is, you know, quite a bit slower, but it's still definitely worth it. You know what? I think at this stage we can just jam ace-9. I think at any stage we can just jam ace-9 here, offsuit. They can't restrict you from withdrawing when this. They can't restrict you from that. God, ace-king, just. All right then. What a run out, eh? If they find you to be arbitrage betting, they restrict your account, but by restricting your account, they don't ban you or anything. They just stop you from being able to place bets of more than like 50p. Which basically just stops you from being able to do it. If that happens, you just move on. Just move on to a different bookie. You just have to mark it as, they call it being gubbed. And you just have to, you know, it just comes with it sometimes, you know, like, it's just going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it. One thing you can do, though, which I've done for some accounts, is when I've moved to different addresses, I've got myself a new like ID and passport with a different looking picture. Like, luckily with my long hair, I can either stick it up, have it all the way down, because it does go pretty long, my hair, when it's down. So I look different, and I set up my new address and everything, and then I'll just create a new account and just do it again. I guess at some point that's gonna have to stop, but I'm just like, how long can you do that for? And you know, like I've got some accounts for some bookies. I don't think I can tell you which ones, just for say, like, you know, I just don't think I can mention which ones. But you know, like I've got some duplicate accounts where I've registered with like the same address but different bank accounts. Not same address, same name and everything. Like, obviously I have the same like driver license number and that. I'm not like being fraudulent or anything. Like, I'm still using the same stuff. But the lack of verification that online casinos do over in England is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, there's somewhere they don't even check anything. You can go in, do their like offers, withdraw without having to verify anything at all. It's absolutely wacky. Like, it feels like it should not be real. I feel like there's a chance they could jam here. But yeah, Americans are starting to be able to do it. I'm not sure about Canadians, but Americans are starting being able to do, like, there's a lot more like online sports books now, isn't there, for Americans? So they can start. I think Odds Jam is the one. Why aren't you looking into that, Wendis? I feel like Odds Jam, I don't know if it was just American-y sort of things. It didn't look like it was any good for me over in the UK. But they do a lot of advantage play betting and stuff. Another way to get around advantage play betting, not doing arbitrage betting or anything like that, but the advantage play stuff. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was very funny. But yeah, with just advantage play betting, you can use betting brokers, like BetAsia, for example. BetAsia's a good one because you see all the odds and you place your bets through them, and then they go and place the bet at the bookmaker for you, so you can never get restricted then. So that's a way to get around it, around advantage betting. Also, BetAsia, you can deposit and stuff with crypto, which is always pretty good when you're doing stuff like this. But again, if you don't have some software telling you what to bet on and stuff, unless you really know what's going on with the advantage play betting, then it's pretty tough. It's tough if you don't know what you're looking for. It's just like discrepancies in odds. Yeah, I won't mention the bookies. I don't, but honestly though, it's not like a criminal offense what I'm doing. Like, if they're allowing it, it's not like there's nothing bad about it. Like, if I've got a duplicate account, so many people do. Like, when you join like Outplayed and stuff, there's like forums and that, and people mention that they do it as well. Or they just use like their partner's details. Yeah, it's absolutely wild, isn't it, how little some of these companies need from you. It's absolutely nuts. It just feels like it just should not be correct. I guess to have like the ability to deposit though, you have to be at least 18. Do you have to be 18 to be able to have like a crypto wallet and stuff? Do you? I don't even know if you do or not. Oh, that's not the right tournament, OBS. We're hoping for an isolation. Oh, thank you very much. Do I just rip in? There's a lot of stuff in my range that would want to just rip it in here. I think there is a slight argument for flatting with Ace King suited, but in a bounty, I think we just jam. We're going to get called quite often by worse. I think, especially with ours. They just have queens. What on earth, man? Oh, this is just what a dream October's turning into, eh? I'm just like binking aces on the river. It's unbelievable how much better I'm running. Tried to look into some of those sites. Most of the time they're scams. Hard to find arbitrage betting sites that won't scam me. I think if you're looking specifically for arbitrage betting, you are gonna encounter a few like scams and stuff. I think that's definitely something to anticipate. But again, like just from the sounds of like your country and how it works with like gambling and stuff, it just doesn't sound like there's that much there really. Do we raise here? If we raise, we still get called by some like flush draws and stuff. We don't really want spades to roll off. They could just rip flush draws off over pairs, which is pretty nice. That's good. That worked out pretty nice. God, we shouldn't be laughing about this Diddy stuff, should we really? It's pretty intense, isn't it? But also just not surprising, you know? Like, the guy looks like a psychopath. He's just like doing classic psychopath stuff, isn't he? Get people in parties, get them recorded doing weird stuff, blackmail them, have them under his thumb. If you're able to do that to people, which I hope I don't encounter anybody in the world that is like that, to be honest. But it's yeah, I just can't believe people are like that exist, you know. And that, like, I was watching someone like covering it last night, and you know, it sounds like there's at least 20 cases of people from like 9 years old to 15 or something. Disgusting. Like, who's been victims as well. This is absolutely disgusting. I also just don't understand those like lawyers, those defense lawyers either. Like, God almighty. How do you do that as a job, man? I just don't get how you do that as a job. So I'm not happy about this spot. I've called a squeeze with a suited king. We are going to call. I mean, we're definitely going to call now. It's for a bounty, I've got top pair. We've got a gut shot to go with our pair. It's less than half pot size bet left. I'm going to see better kings a lot of the time. I don't think I get to fall with the gut shot for a bounty for a half pot bet. There are technically no age restrictions for trading or mining in crypto. Are you serious? I mean, I don't know. All this like stock market stuff is just gambling anyway, isn't it? Really? Yeah, they're absolutely unreal, aren't they? Right, I'm just gonna make myself another coffee. I'll be back very soon. See you very shortly. Yeah, I heard that about the Costco thing. It's ridiculous. But he's just clutching at straws, isn't he? It's not gambling. What, the crypto stuff? I mean, yeah, I do understand. Like, it is investing. I feel like some crypto stuff is a bit gambling though, personally. Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that stuff looks like it's too grounded to be classified. But I mean, some of the other stuff, like all the random coins and that. I mean, like I've got some crypto stuff, like, so I'm all for it. I think it's good. The one I thought would have got more popular was Monero, and I can't see. I mean, I don't really keep up on anything really. I just have some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, and that. I use Brave, the browser, as well, so I have their like BAT tokens, but I normally convert those to like Ethereum or Bitcoin, whichever one. But yeah, I was really surprised about Monero. I thought Monero sounded like it was going to be like the one that everyone on like the dark web would use because it's like super duper anonymous, but never seemed to do anything. How are you doing anyway, Sam? Nice to get a new chatter. Sorry if I triggered you saying I think crypto is all gambling. I don't think all of it is. Just to fully clear that one up. I feel like some of it is though, a little bit. But you know, at the same time, you are basically betting on the fact that you think it's going to increase in value. It's like poker, isn't it? Like, I think poker's a funny one because yes, you are gambling, but you feel like you've got a bit more control over it in certain situations. It's like I've got ace queen here. I'm squeezing, like I'm placing my bet here that. What do you want to do now with the SPR this low? Like, I think it'd be pretty rubbish to bet and get jammed on with a gut shot. But then I'm also going to have an incredible range advantage of king. Well, I'm not really, am I, against this stack? Maybe we start off with a check. I mean, even if the SPR was like this low anyway, and I had ace king or something, I think I would check sometimes. You know, if I had aces, I probably would. We can call this one a third for a gut shot. I think is pretty reasonable. 3 on the river is not very reasonable though, to be honest. I'm gonna believe them. Stock market's funny, like, stock market is like, I mean, I watched something the other day, and it's sort of like saying the amount of people that actually profit from day trading is like incredibly slim. You actually are just better putting the money that you're going to invest into what do you call it? ETF index or whatever. I did look at trading like in the forex market for a bit, and then I just realized it was just like, you know what, day trading stuff, like I just feel like you just don't have the right tools. Like it always felt like I was putting a bet on. I mean, it kind of is a bet, isn't it? It felt like I was placing a buy or a sell and just never getting like the same price that I wanted to get it at when I was doing forex. Maybe I was just using the wrong broker or something. All in for me. Not for them. Do we just rip it? Let's just rip it. Cannot be going wrong with just ripping the DeeDubbleYous. DeeDubbleYou nizzles. That's gonna sell my kidney to DJ this thing. God, I mean, you make that joke, but you do know somebody in the world has done that at some point, haven't they? We shouldn't laugh either, should we? But to be honest, Carol, best thing to do when you've got a gut shot, we just have to jam this, to be honest. I squeezed and it cold. I'm just gonna have to jam with the 2 pair. Yeah, top tip, Carol, if you want to tip here, is it's not the most intuitive tip, but when I got told it and you apply it, it works quite nicely. You have to be a bit deeper, like a bit deeper stacked. Like it wouldn't have worked in that situation with the ace queen versus like EP or whatever. But if you're in position and you've got a gut shot, if out of position is bet into you, sorry if this is really remedial stuff, but you know, always helps. It's, you know, you never know, do you, if someone just, it hasn't clicked for somebody else or something. Gut shots in position, when out of position is betting into you, raise them. Raising is pretty good because you can get some auto folds from trash that they're just c-betting with. What on earth do I do here? I guess we flat, we're getting such a good price. I'm going to be in position as well. But yeah, 3-bet them. Not 3-betting them. Just raised them in position. I mean, to be honest, in this spot, like, yes, I'm gonna have the best hand a lot of the time. But they could have a flush. There's actually no point. There's no side pot here, so there's literally no point in me actually betting this with, I don't think. Like, they might call me off with, like, a pair or something. But most of the time, they're not. So we just bet small or something, like. But I just don't think there's actually that much point. But yeah, raising makes you pretty tough to play against if you're raising your gut shots in position. You can do it on the flop, do it on the turn. Do it on the turn. People don't like getting raised on the turn. If they're barreled at you twice. Also, I don't know if I've fully covered it, but I did a out of position c-betting seminar with What Is Love. Going well. Thanks very much, mate. I don't know if you know anything about Twitch, Gunwell, but on my achievements page, so my regular page is saying, we're going to check this back. On my achievements page, it's saying I've got 43 followers. On my main page, it's saying I've got 50 followers. So I'm not completely sure what's going on with it, to be honest. But I do appreciate it very much, helping me get to the 50 follower mark. I think this is going to be quite value, like low block of value, so we're just going to fold. We just didn't really need to bet, like we're going to have showdown value most of the time. I mean, we can bet call off, but we're just increasing the variance for, like, I feel like not that much reason, to be honest. But yeah, like, just to go back to what I was saying, so yeah, did a seminar just before W Coop with What Is Love. He's very good if you don't know him. I mean, I don't know, I think I just like expect people to know some of like the crushes of the game, but anyway, What Is Love, he did a seminar on out of position c-betting, and apparently just a lot of people, according to what's that thing, Hand to Note, the like database stuff, a lot of people are doing out of position c-betting wrong, and you can exploit them a bit. The biggest thing that people are doing wrong is polarizing too much, and they polarize with too much trash. Polarizing with too much trash, so you can a good exploit is to either call pretty much everything if you're in position, and then if they check to you, bet like pretty much everything and you'll get so many folds. So that's one exploit. Another one is when someone is betting somewhat polarized. Do a lot of like raising in position against the out of position, because then they don't really know what to do with it. Like some guy did it to me in the 55 the other day. I was under the gun with jacks on a board of like 9-8 something else low. Yeah, on something like 9-8 low or whatever. they raised me my polarizing bet, because obviously I think that is quite a polarizing board, like, because I need to bet a bit for like protection and stuff, don't I? On again, apologies, I'm just having that weird glitch with not glitch, but I'm just having that weird issue with the old Poker King. Yeah, so anyway, they raised my polarizing bet, and then it went check check, because I'm like, well, what did he raise in this spot? Sets, like sets and relatively decent draws and stuff. So it then puts me on the back foot of being like, you know, crikey, I'm gonna have to be careful now with my overpair. And then it went check check, and then the river came a king. The turn was just another like blanky low card, like didn't really do anything. So then it forced me to check check on the turn. River came a king. I think I went for a block. I either went for check call or block. Either way, we got to showdown. King Jack offsuit, no hearts for like backdoor draw or anything. And I was just like, what on earth? Because that just surprised me, you know. Because in the 55s, you do see some people doing some stuff. And the thing is with 55s, like, you get a weird mix of like some people that are really good, some people that just like playing 55s that aren't very good. So you have to then check their shark scope. This guy's won like 200 something K playing, so it obviously is a move. And it worked really well. Nice. That's a nice pot. Also, everyone, apologies. I am very bad at updating this current tournaments thing down below. I just feel like I need a more streamlined way to do it, because I just find it really difficult to do it when I've got multiple games, and then I seem to always go somewhere on the break, and then don't have any time to ever do it. So I am in more than 2 tournaments right now. Yeah, apologies. It's just the Poker King issue, mate. Should just come back, but right, we're gonna bounty hunting with the J Dizzles. Well, we beat 10s, which is fine, I guess. I mean, I prefer to have won it all. So yeah, just because PokerStars isn't up and running at the moment, I will be joining into some more like vanilla ones that are on like 888 and stuff. And yeah, as I say, would probably expect would expect PokerStars to be up around sort of like 3, 4 o'clock. It's not normally what happens when it's down for the day. I don't really believe that they've got a 6 right now, to be honest. So we will check call. Kind of hope this goes check now that I've picked up a flush draw. They're not really incentivized to call that many 6x at this stack depth, really. But they do cover me. That is something. I mean, they're making it such a lovely price to come along. We're just going to rip it. So, you know, there's a real good argument for letting them bluff off to us. But I did a coaching session with someone, and they did say that at these stakes, you just got to put the money in yourself most of the time. You've just got to put the money in yourself, because if not, they just don't. They just check back. People get too scared. They don't bluff on like scary rivers and things. Maybe we go for like a block bet just to get calls all the time and potentially jams. Maybe that works as well. Potentially with the ace of clubs, we would, you know what, maybe in hindsight, the ace of clubs having a nut flush, we probably want to go small to potentially get a jam. Probably want to go smaller most of the time, actually, because if they happen to have the ace of clubs, there's a good chance they're going to try and rep the nut flush by ripping it in as well. So, yeah. Death by quads. I mean, it wasn't death by quads for us, was it? We still in there. You know what, team? I'm getting a little bit disappointed that some poker sites are... I'm talking about party poker right now. I'm getting very disappointed that party poker are just replacing tournaments with mystery bounties, and they're not just adding mystery bounties. So like the Gladiator, the $33 Gladiator that we like to play, they've changed it from a PKO to a mystery bounty, and that's happened 2 days in a row now, so I'm a bit disappointed, really. Same with the $22 at 6 max. Alright, Wendis, nice chatting to you, mate. Hopefully see you. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, or not streaming tomorrow, but I'll be back on Sunday, mate. But yeah, have a good time, man. Good luck if you start gambling again. Probably an argument for flatting here most of the time. We'd love to see a jam here. Quite a big spot on pot, really, especially if one of these goes all in as well. I mean, there's nothing we can do about from call. GG's. I mean, pre-flop went exactly how we wanted to. Post-flop did not. But it's exactly what I wanted to happen. I mean, probably would have preferred not to have the bigger stack come in with it as well, but jamming threes, you know, it's just a flip, isn't it? So yeah, we're going to be jumping into like the $1,200 guarantee voyage. You don't usually see me embarking on a voyage on 888, do you? But today's the day, everyone. You get to see me cruising on this voyage. Voyage. Saying voyage makes me feel very posh. I'm not a posh man, I'll tell you that. The voyage. Am I defending 6-deuce suited at this stage? I mean, it's getting to the point where I might not be. It's connected enough. 3, 4, 5. This is just going to be a jam, 20 bigs, offsuit ace. Not really much else to do here. Could, if you wanted to, limp and then jam it. But either way, I think this is going to be fine. I do always get very scared though, because I am, as I say, you have seen me play, and I don't think anyone is better than me at jamming into top of range, blind versus blind. If you have seen anyone be better at it than me, do let me know, because I think I might even be able to apply for a world record of how good I am at doing it. It's definitely a confirmation bias spot though, isn't it, to be honest? It's just like, that is a spot where you jam a lot, so you are going to walk into stuff a lot, aren't you? Again, just friendly reminder, YouTube viewers, if you are watching and you are enjoying it, and you do have the ability to drop a like, please do drop a like on the stream. It will promote it to other people that have similar algorithms to you, apparently. Which would be good for everyone. You might have some other people with similar interests jumping in. Helps me out. It's a good time. But yeah, I do understand. There is the whole issue, isn't there, with if you do watch it like through TV and stuff. Like it's quite difficult to get to the place to be able to subscribe and stuff. So I'm not sure if it's the same with like the liking as well. So you know, I do understand if you're not able to for whatever particular reason. I mean, it's got to the point where people like actually have QR codes that they put on screen now, so people can scan it with their phone and it takes them to the place. So it goes to show how difficult it actually is. So this one, 10 off the money. Oh, it's actually a decent payout today. Like more decent than usual. It's $224 for first today. That's pretty reasonable, isn't it? For a small field $11 tournament. Oh, we've got cowboy hand. 10 to the 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 10. Oh god, it's King Jack suited. Not the one, everybody, is it? Not the one. I thought we were in a good chance there because we were multi-way and they had King Jack. It's not the best performer multi-way, as I always go on about. Get out of there. What is that? 125 big blind rejam. Even I'm not going to go with the King Jack, even though I really want to. 125 big blind. It's got to be Ace King, hasn't it? It's Ace King all day, every day, that. It's not aces. Ace King all day, every day. Oh, sorry. Where's my voyage? It's a King Queen suited. Like, we could just jam this stack depth. We can call. We can squeeze. Definitely versatile. Again, we just mentally roll. Like, as I say, I don't have a RNG thing, but. I'm I mean, I'm not that scared of anything really. Here, so we are just gonna go for the check call. So I believe I'm gonna have the most sixes here. So I think we're just gonna go for a lead. Hey, jam. What on earth? Well, I've got myself in a spot, haven't I? Did he really bet? God, I'm very confused. Is it just like a set of twos or something? What on earth do you just jam here? Eight, six. You bet and jam. Fair enough. Fair enough. You showed me, mate. Thanks, Jack, mate. How you doing today? Fair enough. Definitely surprised. Definitely surprised. Me saying I've got the most sixes there. God, what a fish I am, eh? What an absolute fish. Again, that's one of those spots I get told off for. It's like, when's that ever a bluff? When is that ever a bluff? For some reason, I just can't fold, can I? One of these days, I'll find some folds in those spots, but for some reason, I just can't do it. Hold. Oh. Oh. It's 'cause I didn't say hold with any conviction there, did I? Didn't say with any conviction at all. I think we just got a ripper here. 18 bigs. These should be, you know, they should be opening like reasonable. Probably just, I don't know. King Jack's still going to perform all right if we do get called. We don't. It's good. It's good. If anyone at any point can tell me when PokerStars does go back up, that'd be pretty handy. If anyone watching is able to do that, and then we'll get into some stuff. So we squeezed here, and we've got two callers, so you know it's usually going to be much better for the imposition ranges here. Jack, we don't even know if the Eliminator is going to be on today, you know, mate. As PokerStars is currently down for maintenance, so quite the pot here, isn't it? They just love a 100 times big blind jam, don't they? Aggressive. But yeah, I am checking. I'm just expecting it to be up around sort of like 4 p.m. or something. But so I will keep checking. But yeah, if someone is able just to let me know when it does go up, it'd be pretty handy. It's tough. I don't think we're going to get many folds if we bet here, but we do have an advantage at Ace X. I think they're going to be incentivized to raise quite a lot. So I think if I bet this a bit bigger, we put stuff like King Queen, Queen Jack, and that into like a bit more of an impartial spot. If we bet bigger there. But yeah, more volume coming in on 888 and stuff today, to be honest, at the moment. I mean, we're going to join into this $5.50 deep stack, 6 max on party. Well, here we go. Fours, eh? Oh, what are these rivers? I think we have to call this one. I'm not in love with it, but I'm just priced in, aren't I? I thought it was an 8 for a second. I don't know why I thought it was an 8, but I've got PTSD now. 4 on the river. Are you joking me? Jack on the river on that other one. He absolutely... I mean, I've got lucky with some rivers earlier, so... Swings and roundabouts, peaks and troughs. Cool. I don't think I've seen that for a while. 100% on the flop. That's pretty nice. Again, it's unlucky for them. It's like 10 big blind stacks, like snap call of ace 9. Not completely sure why they're limping ace 9, to be honest, but happy with the result anyway. So we're limping Queen Jack offsuit because of how short this stack is. Now we are just gonna rejam over the top. Like, we're absolutely fine to get it in against this player as well with Queen Jack for this amount of chips. We actually are ahead of Queen 10, which is pretty nice. So we just don't really need a pair to beat. But that's fine because we beat Queen 10. So we should knock them out and get their bounty. That worked out pretty nicely. I am not thrilled about jamming against 3.5x, but don't really see any other option with ace 10. Maybe... Oh, we actually get called by the big blind as well, which is pretty gross. Pretty gross indeed. 10-8 offsuit, that's pretty wacky. I hope I don't lose to that. Nice. That's quite a loose call, but it is kind of like an any 2 spot. I don't know if it makes it an any 2 spot when the razor opens and then they jam, but I would probably, if I look that up in a solver or whatever, you probably get to jam like 4-3 offsuit or something to isolate for the bounty. As ridiculous as that sounds. Boo-hoo. How sad. It's probably one of the worst times to get aces, to be honest. Especially with this table and the stack sizes. No one really wants to go in there and battle 2 off the money. I mean, happy to get dealt aces, of course, but it's definitely one of those spots where it's going to be tough unless someone's just also got a premium to get anything going with that one. We are just going to rip this one in. So yeah, just to go over it again, this sort of spot. 26 bigs, you know, you can rip this anyway, but even more so because starting stack is 50k. My bounty's value in chips is worth more as well, even though it's a starting bounty. So all in all, it just makes it just an absolute slam dunk jam, especially against a stack of 126 bigs. As I always say, they should call stuff like Jack 6 suited right now in that spot. King 4 suited, Queen 6 suited, just any of that sort of stuff they should call. To be honest, there's an argument for calling pretty much anything really. A lot of the time you are going to be pretty live against those sorts of categories of hands that I've got. Sometimes you are going to be absolutely crushed by an absolute monster, but it's the risk you have to take when you play bounties. Oh, how do I do this to myself? I always seem to, versus the button opens, that I decide to raise some of my like offsuit kings and that. Like I just always seem to find the code for the 4-betters. I'm like, you're opening from the button. How do you just have 4-bet so much? But King 9 offsuit does like to 3-bet. It's on the nose, that one. Like, it's absolutely fine to call with as well. But, you know, at this stage, they're going to have a lot of raised forward just trying to steal, which we can, you know, raise from. But, again, as I say, I do always just seem to find... Maybe people are just so tight that I just don't get away with doing it. Maybe that's just the case, Dan. You know what I mean? Or maybe I just need a bigger stack or something to make it a little bit less. I don't know. As I say, I do just feel like I do seem to find the spots where I'm going to walk into it. We just busted here. We're going after a bounty. They just binked a straight on the river with Jack 9. We're a bit ICM tied here. If I was a bigger stack, this would be pure opening. Again, knowing what I know about the suited kings and stuff and how they perform. I wouldn't be surprised if we still get to open that, but I don't think we do. Diamonds. Oh no, I don't want diamonds. Feeling fine. With a 9 and a 9. We get a flat in position off this stack size. That's quite interesting. Then we get a squeeze jam for 30 big blind effective. I'm just gonna fold, you know. I just don't think this is a good spot for 9s here. It just doesn't feel that great, does it? Like, what are they going to squeeze jam here? At this stage, yes, they have a bigger stack than everyone. God, it's pretty grim, though, isn't it, with 9s? I'm trying to think what I actually would want to call here. I feel like now that this is the action, I'd probably want something like 10s, or maybe even... that voice crack. Maybe like 10s or even jacks plus. Pretty rubbish spot. Maybe I'm being a bit too much of a nit. Who knows? Anyway, team, just gonna go put some food on because I haven't eaten anything yet, and it's 3 PM in the afternoon. So see you very shortly. Welcome back, everyone. Again, I'm not completely sure why I say welcome back, because you might have not gone anywhere. That's some good stuff. What do we do at the start of the 1650? Where is it? 1650 Bounty Hunter. We get 3-bet. There's a call 4-bet, which we all know call 4-bets can be jacks, 10s and that. I think we just have to get it in with queens here, I think. Fair enough. Fair enough. Back in we go. That's a skill of mine that I'm trying to get rid of, is having pocket queens and running them into pocket aces. It's I'm also very good at that. Oh, that is like... Oh. I wasn't expecting this. Crikey. Ah, man. Is it ever a bluff? Is it ever a bluff, anyone? Is it?